Alrighty guys, I'm going to be doing a VOD review of Jadesfate3 versus WebbJP. This is going to be the Robin Lucas matchup, so a matchup I'm somewhat familiar in, so I should be able to break down the more important parts in the matchup. Before we begin, of course, I'm going to talk about stages. Honestly, I'm fine with any stage against Lucas. It really depends on the player. So if they're being aggressive, then you want more space to work with. You want Kalos, Town, Battlefield is fine. But if they're being very campy, then you want to ban bigger stages such as like Town or Kalos. If I had to pick stages, I would probably take Lucas either PS2, which is what we're on right now, which is totally fine. Battlefield or Smashville. Those are like my three favorite stages. Take Lucas too. But yeah, let's just get right into it.
Yeah, no, at that range where Zera is effective, Robin doesn't really have like, unless you already have like a projectile charged up, like it can be a really good tool to just kind of harass her for maybe trying to throw out an L-fire or something.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it also outranges her aerials. I would assume so, considering how large it is. But hey, I don't know. I don't play Lucas.
Jades. It's interesting because we were looking this up before, and I never really got the.
So what you're doing right now is completely correct in this matchup. When you're charging Thunder, you never want to throw Thunder immediately. You always want to start charging it, see if he's gonna pull out Magnet, and then throw it. Baiting Magnet's very similar to how it works against Fox and Falco. You can throw Thunders all you want, but as soon as they start start using their reflectors or their magnet, for example, you have to start mixing up the timing, or else you're gonna get reflected, or you're gonna give him plenty of heals. So you just have to work on timing. You have to work on the timing and also mix up when you throw it out.
The opportunity to talk about it. I wanted to mention it during Winter's Final, but
Okay, so that's a big thing about edge guarding Lucas. When you throw the first arc fire, right? A lot of the times, Lucas players will never jump from ledge with an aerial. A lot of the times, Zera is their safest option. So, they will say like they'll jump in, they'll Zera your shield, and then they'll like either try to grab again, they'll jab, they'll down tilt, they'll fair you. So, when you're ledge trapping him, you either want to try to cover Zera from ledge, or you want to try to cover roll. So like that. So what you could have done there in this situation, if he tried to Zera, he would have gotten hit by Nair. If he rolls in this situation, you would have had plenty of time to turn around, grab him, throw him off stage, rinse and repeat. So this was really good spacing on the Nair.
Final, but unfortunately, it just never really came up. We were talking about other things. Yeah, no real information on Jade's fate.
Okay. So you ate a lot of damage from trying to go for the discard right here. When you need to realize is, when a discard hits a surface, when the discard hits a surface like that, when it hits a magic projectile, like fire for example, it disappears sometimes. So you need to watch out for that. So if we go frame by frame, see it is right there, and then it's gone. When it bumps into something like that, like when it clanks with a projectile like that, you only have a few frames before you can pick it, like that you have to pick it up. So you have to be very fast about it. I'm assuming you didn't react to that. You didn't react to that in time, so that's why you missed it. But you need to be very careful about that because as you can see, you ate.
No real information on Jade's fate. Oh my gosh, really just
You ate a good, probably 35% from missing your discard there. So discards are a very interesting thing, right? When you throw them, you have to be very careful about when you use up your last couple uses and try to grab it, because a lot of the times good experienced players in this matchup will punish you for trying to grab your discard. So when you're trying to say like you have one use of Levin left, right? And you currently have them in disadvantage. Try like jumping back with a short hop fastfall back air, short hopping, catching the sword, and then getting right back to it. Instead of being right in their face trying to catch the discard. Now, a lot of people treat discards like their life and death. You can really do without discards. Like if it's not safe to grab the discard, then you have plenty of other tools that you can use to play defensively or offensively.
That's the WebbJP special. special. You ever see like a really cool Lucas combo on Twitter? WebbJP will be able to do it in bracket and on Wi-Fi.
No, you're right. You're right. That's absolutely them.
His punish game is really on point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much information you find on Jadesfate. You know, WebbJP is going to keep on with that game plan. Absolutely, the immovable.
So that was an interesting choice. I don't know why he went for PK Thunder there instead of going for the down smash edge guard. A lot of Lucas players like to use down smash edge guard. This was a very smart choice, get up attacking. You could have done jump aerial as well, and if you space it correctly, you also could have done jump arc fire and killed him for this.
Absolutely, the immovable object of the Wi-Fi scene here. Lucas has been terrorizing Tri-State for the better part of 3 months now. Arc fire going to catch Webb.
So I'm really liking the patience that you're showing, especially when we have Lucas on the ledge or he's in disadvantaged state. That's what you want to be doing. You don't want to give Lucas too much space to move around. You also don't want to give him enough space to throw a PK, have PK fire be a safe option in a situation like this. So you just standing there and threatening him with Nair. What you can do after that is once he's afraid of approaching you because of Nair, then you can run in and like grab him, for example, or you can throw Arc Thunder on his shield, get a free grab. You can even kill him off that Arc Thunder if you shield poke him. There's a lot you can do in this situation. So once you have them scared, it opens up so many opportunities in terms of pressuring him.
I do like the slight delay on the PK Thunder 2 from WebbJP to try to mix up the timing, but it really didn't look like it mattered.
No, not in that instance, it seems. Kick to the face.
Oh, okay. I assume that was a buffered Elwyn that ended up being an arc fire. Okay.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Something wrong with the recovery there. I don't know.
So I think you're being very aggressive with the jumps. Now, something you need to understand about how anti-airing works with Robin. When you full hop fair like this, it isn't going to work if they're not being conditioned to jump. So what you want to do is you want to start throwing thunders at them. You want to pressure them on the ground. You want to pressure them on the ground so they think their best option of getting away from you is full hopping. Then you want to start anti-airing, because if you're just throwing out Levinsor like fair and bear and there over and over again from a full hop, they're not going to jump. They're going to stay grounded instead. And when you're doing this, you're also wasting a lot of Levin Sword uses, so you want to be careful about that.
Alright, back throw.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
No, that's fine.
It's a nice feeling when we're both right, though, I have to say. Brad and Nosferatu.
Great.
The synergy is just unreal, let me tell you. And WebbJP is getting these nairs, and yeah, if I'm Jades, I'm thinking I want to be a little bit more careful on my approaches jumping in. Like, I want to make sure that my hitboxes are coming out before Webb really has a chance to react.
And see, as soon as you stop trying to jump and fair him over and over again, you realize it's not working. So instead you're playing a more grounded game, and it's working. So imagine play defensively in this matchup as if you have him on the ledge in disadvantage. Like exactly what you were doing to him on the ledge, but you want to do that for the entire match. The only difference is you have a lot more room to work with. So just think of it as like you have him in disadvantage at all times. That's how you play a good offensive game with Robin.
Push my game plan through the air, especially against WebbJP. Ooh.
Yeah, so I feel like one thing we see whenever Jade gets WebbJP on the ledge, like Jade is so good at just keeping him there. Even if Jade doesn't get the kill, he's able to just rack up so much damage while at the ledge.
Yeah, it seems that way, right? It's
So I noticed you're getting very antsy for the kill here. You didn't wait to throw out the thunder to try to bait Magnet, and you're also only holding forward and trying to hit him. If you can't find an approach, try throwing thunders instead. Spam thunders, see what he does about them, try to figure out a way to get in. If he doesn't do anything about the thunders, then slowly move forward and throw thunders. That's what you want to do. That's how you advance. That's how you advance when nothing is happening. And it's also a very safe thing to do as well.
It's one of those deals that's been keeping this game rather close and really in the corner of Jades for the opening part of the proceedings. We are almost, we're about 4 minutes into this one.
okay.
Oh my gosh, I thought that they were right in the middle of the PK projectile, but no, you know what? We're going to follow that up with the grab into the up throw. WebbJP.
Can't believe that move crumbled into itself like that. I've never seen that before.
I mean, the thing is with WebbJP, it's always an educational experience. You're never quite sure what's going on. And part of that is because I'm not used to seeing
Let's go back for that really quick. So when you're edge guarding Lucas, you don't want to throw arc fire until he either zares or he snaps ledge with up B. Because a lot of the times Lucas players will either 1 PK freeze you as they're falling or 2 PK fire you as you're falling. So you always want to delay your ledge trapping. Like you always want to delay the first arc fire when you're ledge trapping because of the fear of like it's like when in the Robin Ditto how a lot of Robin players will charge up L Thunder off stage and then double jump L Thunder and throw it at you so you can't set up ledge trapping. It's exactly like that. So you just need to watch out for it.
You're never quite sure what's going on. And part of that is because I'm not used to seeing Lucas play in general, but another part of it is just the fact that he has been such an offensive innovator.
Oh, the snipe with the Thoron!
That was nuts. I mean, I was talking about innovation, but then Jades just goes out and does that. That's absolutely nuts. Whoever this Jadesfate is, man, this is good stuff.
It might be a player thing, but I think you're not using Thunder nearly as enough. You throw it once, and it does in fact work, but you don't keep using it. If it works, spam Thunder. But if it doesn't, you need to mix up when you throw it out. Or just charge L Thunder instead, mix up their shield timing, charge Arc Thunder to further your pressuring, etc, etc. But when Thunder is working, you need to use it a lot more.
Okay, PK Fire, get Jade on the platform. Despite the game being really close, WebbJP seems to have ran away with a late lead right now. Snare, WebbJP back to the stage.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to waiting to ledge trap until he does something like that.
Oh, the PK freeze by WebbJP. Outing from the ledge.
So WebbJP just begging Jades to hit the B button on him.
Yeah, and it seems like PK Fire is doing a really good job canceling out Robin's projectiles. So
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be the play. It's like one way or another, I have the magnet, and I have the PK Fire to cancel out your arc fires that you're doing that you're using to pile up the lion's share of your damage. What are you going to do in order to get out of that? You're going to have to approach me in the air, and I can react to that with Nair. And that's
So I think you got very antsy that last stock. You were doing a lot of things that you really shouldn't be doing in neutral. And again, with the whole, you have to condition him to jump before you can start jump fairing on him. You also started using Arcfire very aggressively that last stock, and he was absorbing it every single time. Arcfire is a very, very reactable projectile. You don't want to use it. The only time you want to use it on a character like that, on a character like Lucas, is say like he's under a platform and he's shielding, and you want to run off, B reverse Arcfire, and then hit him, or then lock him on shield when you're right on top of him. That's the only time you want to be using Arcfire, is when you know it'll lock him in shield and he doesn't have anything else he can do. So let's skip ahead to game 2. Okay. Smashville is a perfectly fine stage, as I said, so let's just get right into it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. So that could come as soon as the next game. So we're going to Smashville. Not as much room for either character to really set up. It's going to come down to really who has the better normals and perhaps the better aerial approaches. And even then, I would have to give the advantage to WebbJP.
Let's go back to that really quick. Let's go back here.
Either character to really set up. It's going to come down to really who has the better normals and perhaps the better aerial approaches.
So I think Lucas's up air is a very not laggy move. So right here, when he throws you onto the platform, shields. Just shields. If you roll, so he fully expected the roll away here. And then you ate a good almost 40 damage from just one simple roll away. So when you're put into a situation like that, you want to be very careful on what you do next.
For approaching, I feel like Lucas's aerials are a bit better, but for stuffing out approaches, Robin, I feel like would do a bit better with that.
So like right there, that's when you want to be using arc fires when he's facing away. That's a big thing too. If he's facing away, then you can use arc fire freely. You just need to react to it. So right here, this was a perfect time to use arc fire. Right there. That was a perfect time to use arc fire. Unfortunately, you didn't follow up in time, but that was the perfect time to use arc fire, so good on you.
Knocking Robin off stage. Oh, and the down smash.
So when you're recovering against Lucas, right?
Air.
Don't ever immediately L-wins. You always want to mix up the timing on your L-win to avoid down smash, because down smash is a very easy move to hit Robin with in terms of her L-wins. You always want to do a different timing and a different method of recovery every single time. If you know he's gonna wait and throw out down smash and try booping him with thunder and then recovery. You can try throwing arc fire and see if he'll shield it and then recovering, or you can just immediately directional air dodge towards ledge, or you can mix up the angle on your L-win so it takes a little bit longer to grab the ledge. There's a lot you can do when it comes to mix up recovery against any character for that matter, not just Lucas.
Oh, and the down smash. Gonna catch the 2 frame. That down smash from Lucas is like perfectly designed to catch like 2 frame recoveries.
That was actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie to you, but WebbJP playing the game right now. I'm playing Jadesfate for a bit of a fool there. Put you into disadvantage and then the down smash. Like, come on, man, that's nasty. However, the dash attack.
So that was a really good weight on the magnet right here. Or excuse me, that was a really good weight on the PK freeze here. He always, before this point, you always had thrown on arc fire immediately. So he was like, okay, I'm just going to PK freezer. So this was a very good weight on the arc fire.
However, the dash attack's going to negate that stock lead that Webb had accumulated. Sitting at only 53%, definitely plausible for Jade.
Ooh, double up air. Nice. That's a nice chunk of change. Good damage.
A big sweeping up air motion, and takes a bit for it to come out, but perhaps certainly when it connects, it connects.
So I'm really liking the patience you have in this matchup, but there's a lot of times where you'll just jump in and then jump down. You'll jump in, jump down, jump in, jump down. Nothing. He's sitting in shield that entire time. So what you need to start doing is you've just conditioned him to start holding shield a lot more than normal. Those are free Nosferatus you could be getting in, and that could be the difference between getting, like, being in the lead and not. So when you condition his shield like that properly, then you can start Nosferatuing him for free. And when he starts trying to jump out to avoid Nosferatu, then you start double jump up airing and killing him even earlier than you would with, say, like, just hitting him from below with a short hop up air.
There's no doubt about that.
That could have been a forward smash, but I understand that I don't think you maybe thought you didn't have enough time to hit the forward smash there, but that was a very, very free forward smash.
it's never the best position for Jade to be, but this is one of those games where you're not really going to find many people getting gimped, because I don't think I've seen JP get gimped ever in his entire life. And Jade, I mean, just it speaks to Robin that you're probably getting killed only if you decide to get cute above the stage, right? Like you would think.
I guess maybe. Okay, no, he got the. I was gonna mention how both those death tilts sour spotted. You can get the kill.
Right.
See, again, that was a free edge guard.
You can get the kill.
He's not going to jump because you haven't conditioned him to do so. Let's hang on. Let's go back to that really quick. So he's not going to jump simply because you haven't conditioned him to do so. So look, you could have thrown Arcfire right there. He's never going to jump because you haven't given him a reason to jump, if that makes sense. So if you notice, he automatically rolled there. He's thinking, okay, she's going to throw Arcfire, and I'm going to immediately roll and grab, or jab, or down tilt, jab, 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 or down tilt, forward tilt, or down tilt, up tilt. There's a lot of things he could have done there. So rolling is his strongest option on the ledge, especially with Lucas. So you just need to, again, I think one of your bigger problems is you're not conditioning them to jump. You're not giving them a reason to jump, if that makes sense.
Right.
Oh, the double? Oh, it doesn't get the back air though.
Up smash actually would have killed there if you gave it a slight charge.
Oh, this is that's it. It's gonna be Jade's game.
All right, that was really good. I already covered, everything you did wrong in there, so let's just move right on to game 3. Okay, so FD. FD again, perfectly fine against Lucas. I think it's more player preference. So I noticed Webb plays a very, very grounded game when it comes to Lucas. So I think FD is very good because he's not. I think FD is very good. So he doesn't have any platforms to retreat to once you start conditioning him to jump. So I think FD is a very good stage against WebbJP specifically.
As we go to FD, Jade and Webb gonna go at each other. No platforms to get in the way. I mean, who do you see this favoring? I would think it's that much harder for Webb to get back to the stage just because you have that much reach on Robin's sword to pick off landings.
Yeah, not only that, but WebbJP has been using run off the platform and then like fear versus PK fire really well. So without any platforms, you can't really use that as a way out to get off the platform.
Honestly, solid point.
Oh my goodness, double PK, or not PK fire, arc fire and just up smash.
Okay, so that was a really good weight right there. So right here, short half fair to bait an air dodge, right? And then you realize, okay, he's probably going to double jump the situation since he didn't air dodge. So you immediately double jump up here. This was a really smart choice.
Oh my. And Webb going to lose that first stock. Jade carrying that momentum well into game number 3, taking that stock in less than a minute.
Good for Jade right now.
Yeah, not too badly. Oh, looking for that down smash. The fact that that two frames so consistently with the down air, the last hit of dare spiking below this.
See, the fair nairs are useless in this situation. He's always expecting you to throw out that second nair. Now, if you just did fair, landed on the ground and grabbed, you can do fair, fast fall, grab him. Acts like you're going to do the nair again, so he tries to parry it and then get the free grab. But again, you need to condition him to jump. You haven't used Thunder a single time this match. Thunder is your best friend until he starts using Magnet, and then you have to mix up the timing on when you throw it instead of just instant.
Jade, you thought you had a lead, well, you thought wrong.
That dare carried him off the stage into his demise.
Actually, a little nuts. Yeah, no, and the fact that Lucas's aerials pick up that quickly, it's and so effectively, it seems a little unfair. I mean, it's a 10-frame startup, and then it just kind of carries you off into the great unknown and spikes on the last one. That I want to say 30.
So I think your main issue here is you're wasting a lot of Levin uses, and when you're out of it, that's when he gets the most damage in. I think you need to stop full hopping. That is your biggest habit. I understand Robin is a very good anti-airing character, one of the best in the game. But again, I've said it multiple times, I apologize, but you need to condition him to jump. That is your biggest goal in neutral, is you need to start conditioning him to jump. You need to start conditioning him to shield so you can get more Nosferatu, or lock him in shield with Arcfire, or lock him in shield with Arc Thunder. There's a lot of things that you should be doing here.
I don't know, man. But it's all technicals. I'm sure you can look it up. How does that happen? Either way, 2 stocks to 2. Jade off stage, and this is where Webb's gonna have to make his money, catch whenever he possibly can. Oh, you're not able to make it back. You have to be ready on that tech, Jade. This is loser's final. You have to be ready on that tech.
Yeah, especially with like Lucas.
I understand you probably meant to tech that, and all I'm going to say is it's Wi-Fi. Everything is untechable.
PK Thunder. Like.
I don't blame you for missing that at all.
It seems like it has a mind of its own sometimes, where it's gonna send you up or like into the stage or out. So at the very least, you have to be ready to attack. Oh no, I don't think that air dodge was intended, but it's fine. Jay didn't die from it.
Webb. The magnet being deployed, and Meta sword instead, so maybe not the best timing there. But
That was a really good mix-up, but again, he barely missed that 2-frame. That actually would have killed you, or put you off stage, and then he can use PK Thunder to further edgeguard you. But if you're going to make a decision like directional air dodging, always wait a moment before you do so, and always directional air dodge straight in. Or you can do it at an angle to try to mix up his forward tilt timing, which I believe you did there, so that was good on you.
and Meta sword instead.
It's like right here.
Maybe not the best.
That was a very good delay.
Jade deploying that back air, one of the quicker aerials that Robin has, frame 9. So you can definitely see why it would be utilized here, but that forward air gonna take Webb off stage, gonna try to get this kill, but Webb just a little too elusive in the air. Almost a whole stop lead here for WebbJP, but
Thoron!
oh my!
I didn't notice that Robin had Thoron ready to go.
Yeah, I didn't really take note of that, to be completely honest. And yeah, Jade was ready with that time when the PK Thunder came. He makes it back to the stage. He's in at 118, and all of a sudden, Webb's at 43%. Do not blink, Eric Gordon. You're going to miss it!
Oh my god! How did that happen?
So again, I think one of your main issues is I think you're wasting way too much Levin. So you need to be a lot more patient. Throw Thunders instead. Throw Thunders. Try throwing Arcfire on him when you're very close up to him. Like, if you think he's not going to roll and he's going to stay in shield, then Arcfire. But I think that's my only concern in that game. You did a very good job mixing up the timing of your recovery off stage, so good on you. So let's just get right into game 4, I believe this is.
Not see him switch stages.
I mean,
Back to FD. FD worked out very well in your favor once you readjusted to being at a disadvantage in terms of stock count. So I think FD is a very good pick for you as well.
everything was going fine for him on the stage until that last interaction, and he died at 50.
And can I just say, an excellent song choice. The SSB 64 Final Destination theme when you're playing Master Hand. This is how you do it. But follows quick little follow-ups there from Webb. And this is what you want to do. You want to pile on that damage.
I thought that was gonna. I can use gonna die. It's fine.
Quick little gut check, but I don't know. I think that you want to save that. I think you want to save that dare for a higher percentage, because now
Again, you have to stop with the fair nairs.
knows what to look
He's not going to jump. So the fair nairs are useless right now.
for. Jade knows that you're gonna want to be looking for that. Maybe conditioning for it.
Yeah, that's true. That is Zeta. now
I
you know
do.
what your opponent's going for.
Now I do think that it helps you. I think that it helps you obtain grab if Jade decides to sit at ledge. But I don't know. At 111, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is up throw range quite yet. Maybe a little bit more.
So I'm noticing that you have a problem with hitting, properly hitting, short characters with up air. I think you need to go into training mode, put the CPU to Pichu, and practice doing falling up air on him at different heights. That really helps me learn how to do it.
At 123, Jade's still trying to press advantage, but Webb makes it back with only 79% of points against him, and Roach is with it. Yeah, that forward air. And Lucas's aerials are just so absolutely ridiculous. The fact that that thing is as powerful as it is, and it has the hitbox that it does. I mean, that foot.
It's just not working.
Should not
I'm gonna stop saying it, but fair nair, overusing fair nair is definitely your worst habit so far.
have that kind of hitbox. It really just should. Oh
right.
my!
And Webb's gonna make it back.
WebbJP, you talk about a response. That is a response. That second stock just got control alt deleted, man. WebbJP.
Honestly, this game is looking like 100% Webb. Like, he might just thinking about game 5 right now. The rate this is going.
Oh, he was looking for that down smash. He was begging for that down smash. As quick as that thing is and as capable.
So, WebbJP has now picked up on your habit of overusing fair and nair, and he's meeting you in the air with a faster aerial. That's why you keep getting hit by all of these full hop nairs into 3 up airs, 4 up airs, or that's why you're being hit by these short hop fair or these full hop fairs. So he has now conditioned you to jump. He knows that you're going to jump, so that's when you switch over to playing a more defensive, grounded play.
Hitting below the ledge, man. And just
Again, I don't blame you for missing that. Everything's untechable on Wi-Fi, as I always say.
like that.
All right, so let's get right into the last game, Game 5. Back to Smashville. I honestly agree with this choice. Smashville worked out really well for you last time, so I agree with this choice.
Alright, going back to Smashville. I believe this was the game for game 2.
This is going to be settled inside the octagon. Jadesfate and Webb to settle it. A spot in grand finals at stake. And what do when they go to Smashville? They keep their distance. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you all. Webb going to deploy that magnet as much as he possibly can in the back throw, put him in disadvantage.
Oh, great arc fire.
So that's exactly what I was talking about with the recovery mix-ups. That's exactly what I'm talking about with the recovery mix-ups. He expected you to immediately L-win because he tried to PK Thunder and hit you with it. So you threw out arc fire instead, knowing this information. So that's exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to recovery mix-ups. You need to do a lot more of that instead of just straight up L-win. Unless you can, of course.
Back to stage. Oh, that open. Barely missing his mark.
Yeah, that all Thunder was right and charged up, did not find a mark at all, but back throw. Back. Oh wow. Jade responding with these ooh. All of a sudden I just lost control of the English language. I apologize for that, but nevertheless.
Really good. 2 down tilts and the baiting out some sort of reaction and beating that reaction out with an F smash.
So I honestly think you need to play a lot more patient. Actually, I think I'm going to go into further detail after this set's over.
There's blood being drawn. 2 stocks to 2, and the up smash. You can't. You really just called out a jump like that. Yeah, that Lucas up smash. I have words about that. I will refrain from using them because I quite like being allowed on stream.
Wow, that still hit Robin.
Yeah, really.
These PK fires really, Jadesfate3's having a really hard time getting past him right now.
So I think you need to, once you have Arc Thunder, you need to push yourself further, especially if he's not approaching you. You need to push him. You need to pressure him to be put into a situation where you can throw Arc Thunder on his shield or hit him with Arc Thunder, and then get rid of it as fast as possible. Like, apply pressure, put him into a situation where he'll be hit by Arc Thunder, or he'll shield Arc Thunder and lock him in shield, and then go back to using Thunder. You can't hold on to Arc Thunder for forever, because Thunder is a very important tool when it comes to playing neutral.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting like your whole game is camping people out, or keeping people out, I should say. Well, I'm sure that someone defined it as camping, but your whole game is keeping people out, keeping them at a distance. But WebbJP is not playing by that particular rule book. Like, what do you do about it? What is there to do about it?
So right there, that exact situation is what I was talking about earlier. So right here.
What do you do about it?
Right here. You jumped in, he shielded, drift pass, Nosferatu, right there. Exactly what I was talking about, to where you're being very patient when he's shielding on the platform. That way you can condition him very easily to hold shield, and you get free Nosferatus.
What is there to do about it?
Robin excels these ledge trap setups right now. Oh, great roll from WebbJP.
Oh, beautifully done. And you saw, was that a teabag that I just saw? Was that a teabag that I just saw? Well, either way, Jade follows that up with the back air. So it's down between these two on Smashville. Game 5, 1 stock to settle this. WebbJP knocks back the
Lucas can do that.
Yeah, with the bat. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'll say that.
No, there's no. Okay, it's fine. Sorry, I got a bit too like. There's no way. But yeah, that's a.
Jade sitting in shield, trying to look for a grab out of it upon the landing, it seemed like, but Webb just would not give it to Jade. Spot and Grand's on the line, well parried into the down throw. The follow up with the PK fire. Magnets. Oh, these two are just waiting, biding their time. There's a lot of full hops I'm seeing from Jade. I'm not sure.
There really isn't anything that I can point out from this game that I haven't already mentioned in previous games, which is why I'm being so quiet. I'm really just trying to look for anything else that you can improve upon in terms of your general play, not just against Lucas and in the matchup.
Yeah, pulse are probably an attempt to just try to get around the PK fire.
See, I think that at some point they're going to have to turn into short hops, and they're going to have to turn into offensive maneuvers. PK freeze, perhaps just not meticulously placed enough, or you're just putting it out there to threaten. Okay, get a little health back. You'll need it for the journey ahead. Webb, PK Thunder.
Oh,
waiting. Yeah, you were waiting. I was waiting for the down smash too, honestly. Back air, however, puts Jade into advantage. It's all about how you follow up. Looking for the beam, does not.
That, honestly, if you had spaced that correctly and reacted to that roll, that honestly would have been it. So, kudos to you. That honestly could have been it. So, let's talk about this set, okay? I think the biggest things you need to be using are, you need to be using Thunder way more. I think you need to be using Thunder way more. If it's working, use it more. When he starts, that's when you start baiting Reflector. That's when you can start doing things like L Thunder, then switching back to Thunder. Or you can start charging Arc Thunder, bait him to use Reflector, jump in, Nair. Like, jump out of Thunder Charge, jump in, fast fall Nair, put him into a tech situation, throw Arc Thunder on his tech roll or tech, like, neutral tech, lock him in shield, down throw, Nair, he's off stage, pressure him off stage, grab ledge trap him, etc., etc. There's so much. You have to plan so far ahead. Well, I personally like to plan so far ahead when it comes to matchups like this, that every single interaction or every single hit that you get in neutral really does count. Again, I think your abuse of full hob aerials, like fair up air, fair nair, it's good, but you can't rely on it in neutral. And again, you have to give them a reason to jump into it in the first place, or else you're just wasting Levin. That's another thing. I think you're wasting Levin sword way too much. You need to play a lot more patient. And then again, about being patient. You don't want to be too patient. So if he's sitting in shield, he's scared, he's shielding, that's when you start doing Nosferatu. That's when you start conditioning him to use Nosferatu. But yeah, I think overall this matchup is even. It's very doable. Neutral feels very, very even. Disadvantage can be a little bit difficult to get out of against Lucas. And I think his edge guarding is very good against Robin, but you can always just say, use up your last Levin sword use so you have something to throw at him if he tries a down smash. There's a lot you can do with your recovery mix-ups, as I mentioned earlier. So I think once you work on all of this, if you played him again, I can assure you, you definitely win. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.